gave us an opportunity to really go fine-tune some things that we need to do both offensively and defensively. And so it was rewarding to see that come to fruition in the game against a quality opponent on the road and play well. So now we've got to build off that. This week we got another 7 days. It's a little different dynamic when you're dealing with finals because of the stresses that come with that with the kids and the time changes. Sometimes you have to maneuver around. We also got another road opportunity on Saturday. So this is an important week to build off of what we were able to accomplish Saturday.
Andy, you started both of your fours in that game, isn't that right?
Yeah, we've moved Anthony really to the 3, the reason we did that after the George Mason game and also with moving Moody to the point was to get us as big as we could up front because we just got destroyed on the glass. Since then, we've only lost, that's the only game all year, George Mason, that we lost the battle of boards. And Anthony's really done a terrific job of defending with his size and his length at that 3 spot. I think it was one of the keys against UMass, a group that was averaging close to 84 points per game coming in, 3 guys that were accounting for almost 60 points per game, and they had 2 smaller guards. And when we were in man-to-man, which was about half the game, Anthony's size, I think, was a deterrent for them.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about Anthony. I mean, you've always wanted more points from the guy, but now it seems like because of the defense, the length, he's found a way, even when he's maybe not contributing offensively, where he can impact the game in a real tangible way.
I've been real proud of him because of his approach. Typically when you're not making shots and he's really struggled shooting the ball, it negatively affects everything that you do. But for him, he's been very active for us on the glass. Again, he's guarding on the perimeter better than he ever has. He's not turning the ball over. He's just not making shots. I really believe that we're sitting here at 6-2. We've learned a lot about our team. I like where we are right now, but offensively we're not close to what I think we can be. Collectively, we're at about 29% from 3. We're at 43% from the floor. We have just about as many turnovers as we do assists. That's not who we are, and that's not who we can be moving forward. Tomas, I firmly believe, I know it. My office is right off the court. I hear it. He's in there working. My hope is that he can go through a stretch. And he had a couple of games, Georgia State, Seton Hall, where he made them at a high rate. He's getting clean looks, and I really believe that he's going to make them. And it's really then going to put some pressure because when we use him in that ball screening action right now, the whole team is just running to guard Moody, and he's open. So when he starts making those at the rate that I believe that he's going to, it's going to change the way people have to defend us. Anthony's another one. Because of his size, especially at the small forward, he can play over the top of some people. And he's struggling to score, but once that, and we've seen it, we just need him to be consistent. Sebas has done well, finishing at the basket. He's going to get a little better from his free throws. KG, Marcamus Hyman has done well in his energy roles. Rasheed Brooks is finding his rhythm. We've got to get Sam and JT shooting it like I think they're capable, and now all of a sudden this team can take another step offensively.
Tomas had a couple of buckets inside the arc for you. Is that something he could do when he's not shooting well from outside? Can he give you more like that?
I hope. He is 6'9", and he's got good length, and we can get him. He's left-handed. We've gotten him at the rim a couple of times, and it's just a matter, again, of him finishing and finding some rhythm. I do have to continually remind myself it's been about a year since he's played, and I do still see some things from a timing standpoint that hopefully will get better as he's garnering more experience.
Moody's obviously an excellent player. Are you surprised that he's taken to the point so well so quickly? Or
I wouldn't say surprised. I'm pleased to see his development. He's much more comfortable at it than I had anticipated him being at this stage. We made a huge shift literally in a day. We had 2 quick games, and then we come back and we have 2 quick games. And so last week was very, very important for him. We made some changes as to some things that we're going to do to help him. And then he's been really tremendous defensively. And he's playing heavy minutes. But that's typically what the best players on everybody's team does. He's been smart with not putting himself in harm's way and getting in foul situations, but at the same time making plays. He's got to be on the attack. And he's another guy that, to me, he's not shooting it like he's capable. He's not going to have a lot of clean looks. He's a volume guy. But I think he's a better than a 34% three-point shooter, and that's what he's shooting right now. And so My hope is that we can get through finals, and then it'll really be all basketball for us for about 6 weeks because of the fact that we start so late in January. And he can really devote time to getting in the gym and knocking down perimeter shots, which again, I think makes him even more impossible to stay in front of when his ability to knock down shots.
Are you concerned, Andy, about wear and tear on Stephon and I guess him shouldering the load when others aren't shooting as well right now?
Not really, he's always played, he played about 33 minutes a game last year in league play. Now he's, 34, 35, and hopefully that can continue. He plays violently with the way he's so explosive. And I think that's who he is. I think he's in good shape physically. I don't see any wear and tear. I think initially it was a different emotional mindset because he does have the ball so much is going through him. But honestly, it's easier for him to make plays with the ball as opposed to having to get open. So I'm not sure he's extending any more energy than he normally would.
Andy, obviously, basically you guys got in that tournament last year because of the work you did away from home, the quality wins. You obviously picked one over UMass. You're in this road stretch, SEMO, Memphis coming up. I guess how important is this stretch to end the non-conference before you guys hit conference play? Well,
it's important because unfortunately, we went to Charleston, and it's kind of reminiscent of what happened to us in 2012-13 when we went to Hawaii with the anticipation of getting more opportunities, and we lose in the first round and we don't get those opportunities. The same thing happened to us in Charleston. But because of the way our schedule is designed, there's still a lot of opportunity, as you said, with road games. Road games change your numbers so quickly because they count so much more. UMass is a good team that I think at the end of the day will be a quality win for us away from home. And we have other opportunities. Even though SEMO has struggled a little bit as it relates to wins and losses, it is a road opportunity, which very similar to Bradley, puts some teeth in your schedule simply because the committee tells you to schedule away, and especially as a Power 5 for us to go to SEMO, to go to Bradley, to go to UMass. It's really, not a lot of people do that. So my hope is that, again, we can take care of our business so those things matter to us if we put ourselves in a position so that they can matter. It's a huge stretch for us with these 4 games leading into Christmas because we want to continue to get better. And at the same time, obviously, while you're improving, getting ready for league play in early January, you want to be able to put yourself in position so that the SEC has some relevance.